And welcome back to Nothing
Nothing
Fancy.
fancy.
I'm your co-host, Jaden.
I'm your other co-host, Joanna.
Hi, Joanna. I can't hear you for some reason.
That's weird.
That's stupid. Maybe if I...
He's struggling today.
I am. It's okay. It's fine. Wow.
I hear you.
Do you really? Oh, okay. Sorry. Come, like, in... Maybe, I don't know. Or I can, like, move this and we can, like, be right in front of it. If you hear anything, it's because I'm just moving the platform for which the microphone is on. I almost said something completely different. That would not have been good. Anyways, yep. I like how you covered your mouth because we're on camera.
I'm like, now we're recording.
You're like, now people can see us. So, anyways, yeah, so welcome back to another episode of Nothing Fancy. And this week for News of the Week. News of the Week.
I was so late.
You tried. Okay, one more time.
Usually you talk slow, so I was like, I'll jump in.
Here we go. Okay, ready? This week for News of the Week.
Ew,
Wow,
I like
so good and
it.
fresh. So for this week's News of the Week, I mean, this happened already, like 2 weeks ago, I feel. But Phineas and Ferb, the movie, Candace Against the Universe, came out on Disney Plus. Really good movie, just so we're all clear. I didn't finish it, but I was looking at looking at the cast, and apparently Tiffany Haddish is in the movie, but she is not like an actual character. She plays the sound of an explosion from whenever people explode from the waist up, which is so specific.
I'm gonna have to watch that
It's
now.
so right, and I was like, I need to get to a part where people start exploding because
Spoiler.
right, spoiler.
People
because
explode.
I need to hear Tiffany Haddish just freaking whatever
Sound what she
right. I'm like, boom. Like that's all I can imagine the sound
she
that
ready?
she ready.
Could you imagine that?
Every time somebody explodes, she's like, ow! Oh shit! They exploded.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
They can't say oh shit.
It's a Disney movie.
Disney.
I feel like Candace could say oh shit because she'd be like, Phineas and Ferb, you motherfuckers, stop fucking building shit. So that would be really...
She's bitter.
She's a little bitter. She is. We love Candace. Did you see Vanessa Hudgens' WAP dance?
No,
Girl,
I didn't.
it's so good. Like,
Is it on TikTok?
yeah. It's, dude, here, I can find it really quick because it's like my most recent like, but like I was, girl, let me tell you.
Yeah,
Ow.
that's ugly. I apologize.
Here it is. I'm like,
She said, "I'm going all the way."
she said, I'm not with Disney anymore. I hate myself. This is who I am as a person. It's okay. But yeah, anyways, so today we're going to be doing another movie review. We're going to finish off the Twilight series
We are.
today. So we're going to be doing Eclipse, part 1 of Breaking Dawn and part 2 of Breaking Dawn.
Yeah.
And each of us don't really have a lot of notes, so that's really cool and great. And yeah, so I'm like really excited about that. And are you okay?
Yeah, I hit your computer and I was like,
You're like, oh she. So yeah, okay, well, let's do this.
Dive right in.
Starting from Eclipse. Okay, so my favorite line that I say with my sister all the time from that movie is from Riley, like when we first see all the
newborn.
newborns. I almost called them the new bloods. And they don't have blood in their bodies anymore. Anyways, so my favorite quote from him is when he's like, he like picks up the car and slams it down. He's like, if you can't control yourselves, we're all going to die. And that is by far one of my favorite quotes from that movie. It's so good. And then also that the whole scene with Victoria trying to kill Edward is
She just loses her
she
shit.
literally like I love the sound that she like makes like when she's like running back at him. She's like, she like literally starts making the dumbest sounds on this planet. I've never been so dead in my entire life. I was so weak, dude. So yeah, so there's that.
There's that.
And
New Victoria comes in.
Okay. A lot of people have an issue with like New Victoria from Old Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I kind of liked the New Victoria. I don't know why. The wig that they had on her was not the right wig for her, but I did like her a lot more. I think I liked the wig's color more than I liked the other one, because the other one was more of like a strawberry blonde, and the new one was definitely more of like a like very like red. Like auburn kind of. I really liked that. It was cute. So, yeah.
Love talking about wigs.
Huh?
Love talking about wigs.
Love wigs. That's what they should have named it. Wigs Eclipse.
Bad wigs.
The next one is that the one newborn when they were like all fighting and then the Volturi came and they killed her and they were like, we're gonna save her.
Okay, that's the thing. They focus so much on this one girl, but you don't know nothing about her.
Right, literally.
I know there's a book that like specifically for her, but then I was like, why is this girl so fucking special?
Right.
Like,
I'm like, and then I even told my sister, I was like, there's in the fighting scene, I'm not sure if you remember this, there's a girl who's wearing like a beanie, and like one of the wolves like comes from behind the rock and like takes her ass down.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but when I was younger and that movie first came out and I saw it, I was like, sister, I was like, who is that girl? She's like, bitch, I don't know. She's an extra. And I was like, are you sure you don't like know who that is? Like, who is she? Like, do you know her name? Like, do they specify her name in the book?
Yeah,
and
like,
she's
what's
like,
her backstory?
Like, I need more. Like, I'm just really invested in her as a person.
She seems like a really cool chick.
She's like really chill.
Like,
I
who
like
was she
her
before she got turned into a vampire?
So yeah. I don't know why I was so focused on her as a character though. Like for no apparent reason. And literally even to this day, like every time I watch the movie, I'm like, who is she?
Like, I need to know about the girl in the beanie.
Right. I'm like, I need to know. I've literally gone to like Google and have been like, who's the girl in the beanie in Twilight Eclipse who gets attacked by one of the werewolves? Like, literally have like phrased it 10,000
timestamp.
At timestamp. Like, cannot find it. Can't find her. Can't find her IMDb. Literally.
Like, I scroll through the page. It's not coming
I'm
up.
screwed. I literally don't know who this woman is. It's a problem. I don't know what else to do at this point. So there's that one. Also that Riley was turned very viciously, and like really creepily in some sense. Like all the other ones, like I mean, from the stories that we've seen, like Rosalie's and like everybody else is like, I mean, like theirs were like very like we're saving you, but like Riley's was just like he disappeared 2 years ago, and it was because Victoria was like.
She's like, we're making a plan, buddy.
Right. She's like,
She really played him.
She did. Bro, he was like, Victoria! And she's like, bye. She said, you know,
I was
you
like,
really...
wow, even I believe that you may love him.
Right. And then she's like, I only love you, Riley. Okay, also that kissing scene... Ugh, it's literally like the most...
Which one? All of them.
The one, like, right before the fight. Like, where she's like, no, I only love you, Riley. And it's, like, right when he, like, had just picking that guy up by his leg. And, like, they're, like, making out super... It's so gross. Yeah, I hate that scene. That wasn't even in here, but I just hate it. Bella having Jacob kiss her for absolutely no reason is my favorite thing on this planet.
She punches him.
Right? No, that was in the first one. No, or no, that wasn't that one. You're right. She's
then
like,
she kissed him again. She was
right.
Like, no, don't leave. I'm like,
that's right. Because she's like, because Jacob literally, he's like, I love you, Bella, and then like, no consent and just kissed her, and she was like, but first of all, the sound her hand made on his face was like, it was like.
And he was just like...
He's like... And she's like... Oh, fuck!
He's like, are you done?
Right. He's like... So that didn't hurt. Anyways.
And then Charlie
Edward's like,
comes outside trying to break up
I
Edward
know.
and Jacob. I'm like, buddy.
I'm like, baby, they're supernatural beings.
You don't stand a chance.
You will literally die. Like, you can't even shoot Edward because...
Like,
what the fuck is your bullet gonna do?
They gonna break you. Luckily they won't because they respect you, but they gonna break you.
They won't hurt you because you're Bella's dad and they need your approval for whoever she chooses. But like also like
he's like, guys, stop. Like,
I know. Edward, so the way Edward like pulled up in that car and like shot out of it, he was like if you ever touch her again, like, and Jacob's like, what did Jacob say? He's like, well, she hasn't made her choice yet or something. I'm like,
yeah.
Well, she has.
I think it's because she wasn't a vampire yet.
Right. She hasn't made her choice yet. And they're like, Bella's like, well, I did and I didn't. She's but like, I'm going to be vampire.
But the whole time, she's so wishy-washy.
She's so wishy.
And it's so annoying.
Like,
because the whole time she's like, guys, stop it.
She's like, don't fight over me. But also... fight over me. Please. She's like, why aren't you fighting over me today? It's Wednesday. You can get your shit together. Like, oh my god. Yeah, she's so wishy-washy. I should start putting my laundry in her because that's how fucking wishy-washy that bitch is. I'm not kidding.
The scene where they're camping, you know, when they're up in the woods and everything.
Oh, yeah.
I hate it so much. It's the most uncomfortable scene
Jacob's like...
ever.
He's like... Bella's literally freezing, and he's like, you'd warm up faster if your clothes were off.
Let's start out with the fact that he wasn't in their tent.
And then
he came into their tent with no shirt on.
I think it's because he was outside as a wolf, and then, like, heard the chattering, and then came inside.
And he came in, he was like, I can't sleep.
He's like, I can't sleep with all that chattering going on.
And Edward's just literally, he's just sitting there watching her. He's not even
literally
like...
watching her die.
To be fair, I know he's just as cold as, like, the wind and everything.
Right.
But he's not even, like...
Like, trying to console her.
No, he's just like... And then Jacob comes in, and he's like, no. And then he was like, oh, fine, go ahead.
And then Jacob being like, he's like, well, I am hotter than you, which is, like, literally, like, and physically true. Oh my god. That literally sent me so much as a child. I don't know why.
Okay, and then, you know, she finally gets asleep, and them talking about her as if she's not actually sleeping.
Right.
They're like, oh my god, like, you know, you really suck. I hate you. But, like, if I wasn't a werewolf, if I wasn't a vampire, we'd be cool.
Right.
No,
Edward said that. If we weren't supernatural beings, we'd be best friends.
Edward said that. He's like, you know, if I didn't want to kill you, you'd be tight. And then Jacob's like, I don't feel the same.
Right. Jacob's like...
And then fucking...
Yeah, because Jacob's like, what does he say? He's like, yeah, and if... No, not even then.
He's like, yeah, not then. Fucking Bella, she's laying there. She's like, they're talking about me. They love me.
They love me. She's like, little do I know I might die tomorrow, but whatever. Fucking. She's like, I don't really care if I die, honestly. She's like, it's not gonna happen. So.
Like, I hate her.
It's literally so. That fight scene though, like,
yeah, I do.
Literally, I know what's gonna happen, but I always get stressed out because, like, the part where, like, they're holding Edward's head, and I'm like, no, and then Bella's like, and they're like,
your nose!
That's what they do, like, they turn so quickly, and they're like,
can't even see on the camera.
Literally, y'all, this is what Victoria and Riley do. They like, Bella's like, and then they turn, they're like, and they like smell so hard. It's not even like a subtle like, it's like they literally lose their minds, and like they literally like push Edward to the ground because they're like, screw him, like we're about to destroy Bella, and then Edward. And then Boo Boo Stewart, Seth? Seth comes up out of nowhere and snatches Riley up, thank God. And he's like, Victoria! And she's like,
you're mine.
She's like, baby, you know, I would love to help you, but Edward here. I have to.
I need to take them out because they took out my real man.
Right. She's like, I have business to tend to.
You're my side piece that I could give less than a fuck about.
She's like, as much as I'd love to help you, baby. I'd love to help you. But again, I can't. I can't. And you made a lot of the decisions here. I'm making a decision for myself right now, and I'm not gonna help you.
I do like this movie because I like when the vampires and the werewolves come together.
Oh, yeah.
Even though they hate each other.
Even though they hate you.
I enjoy it.
I also enjoy, like, the training montage, too. Mm-hmm. It's, like, one of my favorites. And when I think my favorite is when, like, when Jasper's like training them, and then Edward and Carlisle fight, and then he's like, one more thing, and then Carlisle gets up and takes Edward down. He's like, never turn your back on your enemy. And I was just like, Carlisle, that boy.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I freaking love them. What else? Yeah. What else did I have for this movie? I also don't know how much time we have because I didn't set a timer for this one time, of course. Can you see it?
Nice, buddy. No, what?
You can't.
I don't even know where I'm looking.
At the bottom right corner.
Oh, right where I'm sitting.
Yeah. I feel like it says 12 minutes.
Yeah,
maybe?
I think it says 12.
Okay, tight. We'll go for another 11 minutes and then, but that doesn't. Never mind.
None of this matters to you guys.
This doesn't matter to you guys.
This is our first time recording. We're trying
we're
filming it.
We're troubleshooting as we go.
We're trying to see how this works out.
So Bella kissing Jacob for absolutely no reason. That was one. Jacob being big time disrespectful in front of Edward and telling Bella to take her clothes off. Essentially, that also bothered me.
Yeah.
I hate
you'd
that.
warm up if you take your clothes off.
Right.
I don't agree.
The other thing is Jasper being a Confederate.
I like to ignore that part.
I like to ignore that part.
Because I do. I love him and Alice so much. And I love that, they're just great characters.
They really are.
Till you realize,
Until you realize Jasper's a Confederate. And it's like, oh, Jasper, baby, maybe. Why'd you make that choice?
Why'd you do that?
Why you do that? Oh, damn it.
That was not the best idea.
Then I'm almost happy that he dies in Breaking Dawn because I'm like, he's a Confederate. But also I love Jasper because he ends up being really sweet.
Actually die.
Except until he doesn't actually die because it's a fish. And also my favorite story of all the vampire stories is Rosalie's story about how she became a vampire, which is like really sad, but also like one of my favorites just because like how she became a baddie. Right. She was like, actually, I don't have the time nor the patience. I'm just gonna kill y'all. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Y'all left me to die? Guess who's actually dying?
She said, guess who's getting left to die next? She said, you took advantage of me? Oh, baby. I'm about to drain your body of blood.
I loved you.
I loved you. And you
played me.
You played me. You raped me. What? Baby, do you want to die? Obviously you do. It's fine. I'm already here. I'm busting down your door.
And he got taken out.
She said, bust it down. And she said, I'm busting it down. And I'm not talking about this ass. I'm talking about this door.
I was going to keep singing the song.
Oh.
But I couldn't even remember the next line.
What is it? Bust it down. I don't even know. Well,
nope,
oh well.
That's why I was like, yeah, not even going to try.
Not even going to try. What else did you have for that movie?
That's literally all I had.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, tight. Okay, moving on to Breaking Dawn. I almost say New Moon. Breaking Dawn. Okay, the dream scene where Edward kills everybody and like they just like rise and like all their dead bodies and like there's blood everywhere.
The last two movies, so beautiful.
So beautiful.
They really
that scene though at the
beginning
really like threw me and I was like, what is happening?
I'm like, oh,
and then
shit.
like the blood's like on Edward and I was just like, Edward, baby, why did you kill everybody?
Honey, what are you doing?
Bella's like, babe, you killed my dad and my friends.
Oh my god, I did too? What the hell?
She's like, bitch, I'm a vampire. That happened so quick.
Why was her dress in the dream better than the dress that she actually wore to her wedding?
Budget. It was they probably thought about it. They said, which dress can we actually mess up? And then they got that dress and they said, ooh, yeah, let's keep the real dress like not messed up.
I mean, it makes sense because she doesn't, she don't.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like, yeah. But like that dream always messes me up. And then Alice coming back in and she's like, I thought I told you to get a full night's rest. And she's like, I tried. I was dreaming about being a vampire.
She's like, I had a nightmare, the huge.
The huge, me being a vampire. Nothing crazy. Don't even worry about it.
Don't even worry about it.
The after party when everyone's having a good time and Jacob shows up with his drama.
Oh my
And
god.
she's like,
First
I've already
off,
made the, like, we've set the date. And he's like,
he gets the fucking invitation and he loses his shit.
that part.
Loses it.
That part.
Okay.
My other favorite thing, too, is when he, like, loses his mind at the fact that she's like, we already set the date, like, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, it's happening this day. And then he's like, and he's still on this whole, like, you don't know what you want. And she's like, bitch, the date is set.
She's like, I've been knowing for about 2 years now that I wanted to be a vampire.
Right. She's like, I have been thoroughly prepared for this.
She's like, I'm aware of what I want. And it's not you.
And it's not you, Jacob. Leave me alone.
And then he shows up to the fucking party and she's like, oh my god. I'm like, bitch, you are not excited.
She's like, oh my god. And she like hugs him. They're like dancing. And she's like, I'm going to be a vampire on this day. And he's like,
she's like, you serious? He literally like,
he like shoved
pushes
her back.
her away. He's
I
like,
know.
Seriously?
He's like, are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? You serious, Bella? Mood.
She's like,
I'm gonna start
bro.
doing that at work. People are like, oh, and can I get an extra side of ranch? Are you serious? You serious right now? Me to a
my
little
God.
child.
But at the wedding, at the reception, when they're like meeting all the vampires, and they see Seth, and they're like, they invited a werewolf.
I know.
And he's,
it was
he's the sweetest one.
I know. And Seth like looks. He's like,
And he's so uncomfortable and sad, but he loves Bella.
right.
And I'm like, and you're just a bitch.
Right.
This is why you die in the second part.
I fucking hate her.
If you don't, I don't know her name, so I can't say who we're talking about. But
what's her name?
Irina. I was like,
I don't know what her sister's name is. The one who can do the lightning. I forget her name.
I don't know her name.
But like Irina's the one who is a snitch. We don't like her.
Did you read the books? You said your sister did, right?
Yeah, my sister read the books. I got Breaking Dawn, or no, I got Eclipse as a Christmas present one year, just from my father. I don't think he realized that the books all went together and that it wouldn't make sense if I just, yeah. Loved him for that. And then I ended up giving the book to my sister after that, so that was really fun. That's
funny.
Yeah, wow, what a good time. What a good time. The next one is Edward being hella concerned for Bella when she's like pregnant, which is so funny to me. I don't know why. Like he was, and also him being overly concerned, like when they were like trying to like change her. And like he's like biting her or whatever, and like there's all those bite marks on her, and he's like super concerned, and then like ends up being like, no, we're not trying anymore. And she's like, bitch, this was my decision. Like you like, well, which a lot of issues there, because that was like really manipulative of Bella, but also like y'all made a deal.
Oh, to be a vampire. Oh no, let's talk about the fact that the whole time, all 4 fucking movies, she's like, I want to be a vampire. And then they get married, they go on their honeymoon, they have sex, and she's like, you know what? I'm cool.
Right.
I don't want to be a vampire. And he's like, are you kidding me?
He's like, bitch, I was prepared.
Meanwhile, she wakes up, she's so happy that she got some dick, okay?
Right! Wait, first of all, they wake up and the bedroom is demolished.
It's fucking
and like,
ruined.
she just like wakes up, she's like,
oh,
she's
crazy
like, what
night.
happened?
Like, this is a crazy night. And she's like so happy, and he comes and he's so upset with himself, and she's like, oh, we had a good night, and he's like, no, look, you have a bruise here, and
he's
here.
He's like, I hurt you, and she's like, honestly, babe,
she's like, wow,
it's Gucci.
Didn't even see
she's
those
like,
there.
I know she like pulls her sleeves out. She's like, honestly, it's fine. Like I'm
the
chilling.
entire time. She's like, it's cool.
She's like, it could be worse. And I could have a piece of wood shoved through my body right now, and that's not the keys. So the keys. That's not the keys.
And then she tries for like literally the rest of the honeymoon to have sex again.
She's like, when she puts on the first lingerie and she like stands in the doorway and she's like and then the other one where she's wearing like the blue outfit and she like plops down on the bed and Edward just like covers.
She like puts her butt up and she's like, you know, like, come on.
And Edward's just like,
he just laughs and he's like, good night.
oh, that's such a That scene, low-key, always breaks
Oh
my
my
heart. Just a
God.
little bit. Just a little bit it breaks my heart. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, poor Bella.
But it's like, if you're not gonna turn her and you're not gonna, like, have sex with her either, like, bro,
Right.
what are you doing? Like, make up your mind here.
Right.
This poor girl is suffering.
I feel so bad for them. Oh, they're so special. Oh, wow. Well, do I really feel bad? Not really.
No.
No.
Oh my God. And then, you know, they do it again, right? The second time. And then she gets pregnant literally the next day.
I know.
Or it was a week. I don't know.
I don't know.
Like,
She's
wow.
like, I missed my period.
She's like, I've been eating a lot lately. And then she just looks at the chicken and then she's like, eh. She goes and
I know.
throws up.
It was like, that's what sent her. And then she's like on the phone with like, or Edward's on the phone with Carlisle. And then she's like standing in the mirror and she's like, is that possible? She's like, Carlisle, is it possible? And he's like, it's rare. It's really rare.
He's like, no, it can't. How did this happen?
Also, like, hold on. The other crazy thing is, like, the fact that, like, not only was, like, Bella pregnant and, like, they were about to have this child, but, like, we also have a sponsor, and it's Anchor. This episode is sponsored by Anchor, which, if you don't know what Anchor is a free podcasting platform that helps you get started with all your beautiful podcasting needs. Let me explain. First of all, it's free. Definitely free. 1,000% free. 1,000,000% free. Free 99, except minus the 99 cents, okay? And there is a creation tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. So it makes it really easy, really simple, and really accessible. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, literally so many platforms, and they do it all for you. And I know that was something that was super important to me and Joanna because it really stressed me out. And when I tried to get on Spotify, I couldn't figure it out. And then the next day, I got an email from Anchor. They're like, we already did it for you. I was like, wow, thank you for taking the stress off of my back. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. I feel like I should say that one more time. No minimum listenership. And it's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Again, download the free Anchor app off of the Apple App Store or go to the Google Play Store or go to anchor.fm to get started. Thank you, Anchor. Okay, so anyways, okay, but like real life though, aside from Anchor, thank you Anchor, by the way, but like aside from that, like the fact that they all refer to this child growing inside Bella as like a demon was like, they were like, we don't even know what it is. I'm like, well, it's a baby.
Rosalie is like, it's a baby.
Right.
She's so excited.
I know. Rosalie's like the only one who's like it's a baby. All right, let's calm down for
Everyone's
a second.
like, no,
everyone's like,
she
no,
can't have it.
it's a fucking demon.
And she's like, no, we're gonna have this baby.
I know. They're like, it's killing her from the inside out. Like,
Oh,
well, yes,
that's
this is
clear.
true.
Ooh.
We can very clearly see that. Also, have you seen that TikTok where, you know, the audio that's like, that's why I love Captain Crunch, and it's like the kid screaming. He's like, ah!
No.
Okay. So there's one where they did that audio, but it was like Bella, and it was like Bella chilling, and she's like, "That's why I love Nestle Crunch," and then
wait,
like,
her back
and then
breaks.
it's like, and then it's Edward. He's like, ah! That one has me so dead for no apparent reason other than the fact that I enjoy seeing that.
Great. Oh my God.
But the baby literally grows like in a span of like 4 days, and like they get back from the, like, not like completely, but like
At least like 2 weeks.
it's like 2 weeks,
Yeah.
but like in the span of like from them getting back from the honeymoon and stuff, and like them like not answering calls, it's like been 4 days, and she's like big time pregnant at that point. And like her stomach looks.
Oh, she looks disgusting. I'm sorry. She looks. I
She's
can't
like, oh,
look at
she
her.
looks disgusting.
I hate every time that she was on screen because it was.
It was
I'm
not
sorry.
it. I was like, oh, Bella,
I
baby.
don't know if that's body shaming, but like she clearly looked deathly.
No, she looked dead, like big time. Like she looked dead already.
Big time dead.
Big time dead. Big Time Rush's new album. Go get it.
Where's
But
your-
like real life, like she was not looking good. Them being prepared to cover up Bella's death if she didn't turn was also like
I mean, they were doing that from the jump.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that
but
they
like,
were like, "Oh, well, you never get to see your family again after this wedding. Have a good time.
right. And I'm like, she can literally see them. Like, I feel like that. I feel like it would make more sense to like let her see her family for like the next like few years, and then like at some point, you know, like maybe up to like the age of like 30, right? And then at that point, or maybe like even like mid to late 20s, and then after that, be like, oh, we're moving, and then you know, cover up her death.
Also, after no, that's the second one. We're still talking about the fish part.
The what?
I was gonna start talking about the second part.
Oh, part one or part two? Oh yeah, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. Do you have other notes for part one?
Oh, going back to the wedding, when everyone's like giving their toast. Oh my god, they have me so weak.
Bella's mom,
So
the song,
and
then
like,
what's her stupid friend's
Jessica.
I'm
her
weak.
Speech.
Her
I
speech.
love her.
She's like, I mean, even though like some of us have like been trying to get with Edward since day one, but clearly some of us just aren't good enough for him. And then here comes Bella, and he's immediately head over heels for Bella, and I'm just like, bitch, you are bitter.
She's like, she's not valedictorian or captain
right?
of the volleyball
She's
team.
So bitter. Oh my god! Every time I hear it, like every time I watch that movie, I'm just like, Jess, you are big time bitter. Like,
God.
let's
So
calm down.
So
oh
funny.
my god! And then the speech that she gives at the graduation, obviously that happened in Eclipse, but like the speech was just so basic. And like, I remember when I was younger though, and I was like in middle school, I was like, when I heard that, I was like, I'm gonna use that speech when I graduate. I was like, I'm gonna be valedictorian. I was not, just so we're clear.
Whoa.
I was like, I'm gonna steal a whole ass speech. I was like, I'm gonna pull a Melania Trump and steal a whole ass speech. I didn't, but I did end up giving a speech at graduation.
Oh, good for you.
Was like,
I'd rather die.
It was like the commemoration or something. It was something stupid. But me and one of my no longer friends, we gave that speech together. Really good and fresh.
Oh my god.
I wrote most of it. Just kidding. Anyways, the wolf showing up to cause more. Bro, okay. The wolf showing up to cause more drama.
Oof.
And Alice almost getting her head bit off because she's like on the ground, like holding his mouth away, like literally by her thumbs. And I was just like, I remember being in the movie theater, being so stressed out seeing that. I was like, Alice is about to die. Because Alice was my favorite character. She still is. And so that's why I was like, Alice can't die. Like, this is too much for me. I'm not prepared.
Also, when Jacob's like, he's like, oh yeah, I'm the alpha. JK, I'm leaving the pack. To go protect Bella, obviously.
I know, he like...
And then...
he really like stood his ground. He's like, nah, I'm the alpha. And then left. And then...
And then when Seth and Leah both left,
I know, he's like, go back to the pack.
Yeah, I was like, bro, they got your back.
Like, you dumb motherfucker. You realize you need a pack, right?
And they
like,
really
you can't be the alpha of the pack if you don't have a pack. You can't be your own alpha. This is not how it works.
They was really hating on Leah, and I was like, y'all need to leave that poor girl.
You know what? I hated Leah
Granted,
in New Moons or in Eclipse. I hated her so much, but.
Granted, she's a bitter bitch. Hold on.
She's a little bitter.
I feel like she has a right to be a bitter bitch. Okay.
She does.
Sam loved her and said, bye, boo. Okay.
Sam's a piece of crap.
And then on top of that, you know, she has to be in the pack with the dude, okay?
Exactly.
She has no other choice.
She has no choice. I mean, she could leave and try to find another pack, but, like, even that won't really work. So there's that. And she, like, really has no choice because she imprinted on him. So, like, she really can't control it.
And he imprinted on somebody else. What?
Exactly. So it's just like, oh, I feel so bad for her.
And then they're so... Oh, Seth is so excited. He's like, we're going to do this. Oh
right.
my God, look at us, guys. And they're like, shut the fuck up.
Seth, baby, this is your first big time fight, okay?
Like,
you fought newborns. That was easy, all right?
Okay,
this is the Volturi.
No, not yet.
Not yet, but like you're about to. I'm like right now you're gonna have to fight your own ex pack.
You're fighting your brothers.
And then Jacob comes outside, and he's like they like just share like a mental moment.
Like,
and he's
looking
like
at each other.
And then Edward's like.
He's like,
he gets
excited. He's like, he imprinted on her, but then he thinks about it, and he's like,
and then he's like, ooh, just wait till Bella hears this, ooh, girl.
Oh my God!
And then Bella hears, and she said,
"Have you seen that TikTok of Jacob talking to the pack?"
Mm-mm.
I think I told you. And it's like, okay, usually, like, babies don't do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my
I
God,
can still
I found
barely
it.
hear you.
I found it. I can show you.
Okay.
Because I saw it this morning and I was like, oh my God, I need to save it just so I can show him.
I had a very new experience this morning, something that's never happened to me before, but I saw a baby and we lock eyes, and usually when I see a baby I feel nothing. Babies don't do it for me. They look to me like deli meat, like ham.
They look like
But this
deli
baby is
meat.
different. Something about this baby drew me in, and eyes locked, no words exchanged, just vibes.
Just
And
vibes.
We're sitting there and I'm just flooded with emotion all of a sudden. Like I felt hungry,
I wasn't
so I
hungry.
wasn't hungry.
I just ate.
I
I
didn't
wasn't
want to eat
hungry.
the baby. No, I didn't want to eat the baby. I just new experience.
I'm disgusted.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Jacob imprinting on a child. That was like Hollywood being okay for like 4 seconds with like pedophilia, which
Hold
is like
on, no,
also
because
not
she
okay.
wrote about it in the book. Let's
Yeah,
not
she
say
did. This
it's
is
not
true.
their fault. She wrote it.
She wrote it into the book. This is true.
Which
So
I
Stephanie
have-
Myers, you have some
I
explaining to
have
do.
so many questions about that.
Mhm.
How does that fucking
I
work?
can barely hear you. I'm so
How
sorry.
does that work? Like, the whole thing does not make any sense to me.
Like him imprinting?
Yes, because the whole time, he spends all his time
if
with
we were
her.
okay, if we were assuming that like Renesmee would have grown at the rate of a normal child, he would have had to wait, which is still equally as gross, would have had to wait 18 years.
No, he only waited 7.
He waited 7 years for her to become fully grown, which
Oh my
technically
God.
makes her 7 years old and human, equally as disgusting. I just, look,
But-
there's a lot happening in these books.
What I don't understand is just like how, like, what's her mental state? You know what I'm saying?
Stephanie Myers?
No,
or
the Renesmee.
Oh, yeah, she's like...
Because he spends all his time with her. Because,
You know,
they're
she
locked
doesn't
at
have
the
a mental
hip.
state. You want to know why? She was a floating baby. That's why.
Because she...
She was a CGI
Shut the
baby.
fuck up.
She doesn't have real thoughts.
I hated that. Like,
was
why
such an-
couldn't they just use the
The
actress?
regular baby that they had
Like,
was so cute.
Oh my God.
And then they just went in and messed it up and said,
Yeah.
here's a CGI, we're just gonna CGI this baby for 4 seconds.
Right.
Imagine like growing up and realizing that you were supposed to be that baby, and then your parents are like, yeah, but they fucked it up and they CGI'd you.
And they're like, wow. Oh my
And
God.
then even, like, when
Can
she was
the
a little
person
girl,
who
too.
played the little girl in Twilight, please
Reach
go
out
on
to us. We'd
TikTok.
love to have her on
Make
the
a TikTok
podcast.
and be like, that was me. I just want to see what you look like now. And,
Right.
and know your thoughts on having your face
Like the little,
CGI.
not even just like the baby, but like also the little girl too. Like when she was
I don't
a
even
toddler.
think it was a real baby. I think they full on CGI.
Oh no,
the
no, that was
baby.
a real baby. Like
Really?
yeah, they showed the clip of like them holding like a real child, but they CGI'd over the.
But the whole ass baby looked fake, not
I
just
know.
the face.
Oh, I
the
know.
whole ass baby.
Oh, I know. Yeah, they played us. They played us all.
Oh my
Anyways, what were
God.
you saying? Sorry about that. About how she felt.
Like, they never say, Uncle Jacob. Thank God.
Right.
Thank God. They never say that. But it's clear, like, they spent all their time together.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob makes her a bracelet for Christmas.
Which like seems very harmless, right?
But, he's not looking at her that way
Like
as a
in
baby.
like a creepy way, right? Thank God.
As a kid. He's, like, just really protective of her.
Mm-hmm.
But then, Alice's vision, they're together. So
Right.
I'm like, does she like him the whole time? Like, even as a child?
I'm like, did she imprint on Jacob too? Did some of Jacob's genes of imprinting transfer over to Renesmee somehow through the
No.
contact of their friendship? Maybe it was when she punched him in the face. That's when it. And then those genes were automatically
sealed
put
the
into
deal.
It sealed the deal for whatever child Bella ended up having.
Also, I
Sealed the
fucking
deal.
hate that name.
Renesmee.
I hate it.
You know, being younger, I really enjoyed it, and I still kind of like it now.
Yeah, when
I
you're
feel
younger,
like
you're
it,
like, ooh, fancy.
right? Like mixing names, you're like, ooh. There was one time, I was like talking to my sister, and I accidentally mixed the word maybe and mainly, and like put an S in there by accident, and I said Maisley. And me and my sister, we were younger, and I was
That's a
like, oh my
cute
god, like
name.
that's such a cute name. And now we're both like, that is such an ugly name. That's a name
think
for a
it's
little white
cute.
child. So I think it's still cute, but for a little white child, I would
mean,
not mean
Paisley makes more sense. But
Paisley.
it
Knock
makes
me
more
out.
sense. I didn't say it
Honest
was a
to
good
God,
name.
knock me out right now. That is illegal. Next one is the Cullens having to hunt and be strategic as well. And as be strategic as well as Emmett and another wolf almost get into it. And
that was in part 1.
that was in part 1.
Mm-hmm. But go ahead.
But the other thing too, and I was gonna say, this is just like a question: was Emmett buff? I'm assuming he was before he was turned.
I think so.
I would assume
because
like how
they
would you
they
gain
stayed
muscle?
their same person.
Yeah, you're frozen in time.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Which is why they couldn't even turn Bella when she was pregnant.
Right.
She'd be forever pregnant, which is fucking scary.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, that wasn't Eclipse when Emmett and the wolf almost got into it because they were chasing Victoria, and they were like, yeah, because they were like don't go for it, and they were in the wolf's territory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and they were like, don't go for it, and he was in the water. But still being that Emmett and the wolves still. Emmett was about it. He was like, you want to catch these hands? Like, let's go.
Emmett didn't give a shit.
He was like, y'all can kill me right now. I'm ready.
With the flow, or we gonna fight.
We can square up right now. I'm ready. Bella having the baby and then literally dying within minutes after having the baby.
Oh my
Super
God.
sad.
Her
but like,
face though.
like when she was like looking at the baby and like you literally like hear they literally leave it in. You like hear the air leaving her body. Like you see the life leaving her body, and it's just like. And then Jacob's like, Bella, and then Edward is like, Bella, and then Rosalie comes in and she's like, I'm okay now, and then takes the baby, immediately obsessed with this child. Rosalie's like,
I need to get my shit together. I'm an aunt now.
She said, I cannot be having this bloodlust. I have to have my shit together. Give me the baby. I'm okay. She's like, I've been a vampire for 100 years now.
She said, I saw that blood. I can't do it. She said, I see that baby. I need
it. She said, you know what? For some reason, a baby is all it took for me to get my shit together, and I'm ready. So,
she's like, I don't hate Bella now. I don't even like the sight of blood. Give me the baby.
Like, the scent of human blood. Ugh, disgusting. Get it away from me. I want this child. Give it to me. And then Edward's over here, and he's like, has the giant-ass syringe with his venom in it, and like, pushes it into her, like, was it into her chest or her stomach?
Yeah,
I think
her heart.
And he's like, and then he's like, just like biting her.
He's like, come on, give her fucking like CPR or whatever the fuck.
He's like, and like her lifeless body is just doing nothing.
Oh my God, when you see the overshot,
bro, you can like see like
body.
the blood pool like from where she just had the baby, and every single time I'm like, oh my God, like, bro, that was such like a gruesome part. It was so insane. The overshot of her body, of her dead body, her limp, dead, skinny
bones,
literally nothing,
bones.
just like, straight bones.
And her head looked huge because she didn't have no meat on her body.
Right, her hair was literally dead.
Meanwhile, she's still skinny as fuck.
Right. The baby literally sucked the nutrients out of her body like she was a fucking piece of spaghetti. Oh my God,
when she drinks the blood to feed the baby, I
oh my God.
I
she's
almost
like
puked watching it another time.
And I'm sure that it's like a smoothie mixed with like an immense amount of dye.
Right, I
like
know,
to like
but I was
leave like the red remnants in her mouth. But like even then I was just like, this is as a child.
When that happened, I'm like, I'm sorry. Even when you drink anything as a person, just normally, you clean your mouth before you open it. You don't just leave it like, that's good. Let's just look at all the blood on my fucking
Right,
teeth.
look at the blood on my teeth. It's not lipstick. And then she's like, she like drinks it. She's like, it's good.
She's like,
this good.
This shit slaps.
And then I don't even remember what they were talking about before she snapped her spine. But like, first of all, why did you even go to grab the cup, huh?
Yeah, I thought she was getting ready to go to the bath or something.
Oh yeah, they were about to. I think they were about to like go take a bath, and she like the cup slipped from her hand, and she like went to go grab it. She was like, "Ooh, I have vampire reflexes because there's a vampire child inside of me," and she said, and then she hit the ground on her knees, crushed. And then Edward like rushed over to her and like barely caught her head in time because that would have immediately killed her.
Oh my God!
Ooh, wow, that was intense. But yeah, immediately dying after.
Mm-hmm.
Like she like held the baby for like 4 seconds and then just died. Mm-hmm. Imagine being Renesmee and growing up like in 7 years and being like,
that's what you remember?
Right, that's all you remember of your mom. That'd be so sad.
Oh my God.
The last one I have is Bella turning. when she turns, that whole scene where like the venom is like racing through her body and like it like snaps her chest back up.
When I
That's
saw
my favorite.
I was like, wait, her boobs got bigger? I didn't realize that it was because her back broke.
Oh.
And I was like, she got bigger boobs? I was like, wow, good for her.
Good for her. She used that Twilight money for good. Look at her. No, and then like the blood's like racing through her and like her hair is like changing back to like beautiful honey brown.
Right.
And then like and then it's like da-na-na-na-na, and like her chest snaps back up and I'm like, oh wow. And then like the colors are turning to her skin. And then we get to see all her memories. And then like they all hear like when the venom stops spreading through her body, and like immediately they're like they all stop and turn and they're listening and they're like,
yeah, that's the thing. I don't even think they're all in the room, or either they're all in the room. I don't think they're in the room because I was so confused.
Yeah, they're not all in the room. They're like all like kind of scattered. Edward's in the room with her, but like Alice and like the rest of them are not. But like they could all hear it.
But the way they're like, oh, and I'm like,
it's done. And then like the camera pans over her face, and then she's like, and I remember at the end I remember in the movie theater, everyone was like, yeah!
like they didn't see it coming.
Right. We didn't.
It was part one. We don't care
coming.
about the rest of the other.
We didn't see it coming. I really only cared about part 2 because I was like, I just want to see Bella in action as a vampire. That's all I ever wanted to see. And I was gonna be really pissed if the Twilight franchise would have been like cut off before we got to see that. I would have literally shot somebody. Okay, I wouldn't. Maybe with a paintball gun, but like.
I remember seeing the second part in the theaters. Like, I don't know if it was the week it came out or whatever, but it was packed. It was packed.
Oh yeah, I went opening night. We went opening night.
It was
for part
me,
2.
Erica, India, and Emma, and India's mom, and we all went, and we were all chilling, having a good time, and then the fight scene comes up. The fight scene.
The fight scene is all we care about.
Watching that in the theaters was so intense.
It was so intense, bro.
Because
like
literally the entire theater is like, oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh, we already talked. You already brought this up in part 1. Sorry, I forgot. Bella undercooking the chicken because she's insane. Like, how did you not cook the chicken all the way through? Okay, whatever. That's fine. Anyways, back to part 2. Sorry. Bella being a newborn and like having heightened senses and like all that stuff.
And she's like, oh, I smell the guy, but no, I'm just gonna go eat this deer or the fucking mountain
lion. Yeah.
I was like,
when she's like on the rock and like sees the deer and she's like looking at it and she gets a whiff of the dude miles away and she's like. That's what she does because she's like crouched down and then she smells him. She's like, and I'm like, what? Why did y'all have her do that? And she just like takes. He's like, Bella. Edward's like, Bella, don't do it. And she's like, and then, like takes off. And
then they're at the thing, and he gets to the cliff with her, and he's like, no, you gotta control yourself. And then she was like, I need to get out of here.
And then she leaps off. She's like, I have to get out of here. And then leaps off the cliff like a maniac. I'm like, bitch, you're a vampire.
And he's just like,
that's you're made of stone. Right? He's like, oh, she's so beautiful. She's so majestic.
That's like, my bitch.
Oh my god. And then like just the fact that she was literally like ready to rip that man apart. And he's like, Bella. And then she's like, what? And like turns around. But that, her just being like, I have to get out of here.
Oh my god, okay. And then she sees the baby, right?
How much time do we have left?
Let's see.
What does that say?
7. No. Does it say
or is it 2? I can't tell.
I think it's a 7. Okay.
We have time. We're good.
But when she sees her, and then Renee does that thing that she does, where she shows people their whatever, and then it's her dead looking at her, and she's and he's like, what did she do? And he's like, oh, he showed you her first memory of you. I would have been like, fuck.
Right. She's like, I know. Bella's like, what was that? And she's like, that was the first memory of like, and she saw me dead.
It's supposed to be all beautiful, but like she looks gross and dead.
It's so bad.
Oh, so bad.
Oh, I feel so bad. We already talked about this. Bella holding her CGI child for the first time with her like floating CGI head. Even though it's a real baby, they just could. Whatever. We're not going to talk about that. We were going into that. why did Jake nickname their daughter after the Loch Ness Monster? And also,
sense.
has Jacob even ever heard of the Loch Ness Monster? Like, why would you be like, Nessie, that's so cute. Like, that's cute.
I mean, it's his pet name for her.
You nicknamed my daughter after the Loch Ness Monster? And she, like, elbows him in the face. He goes flying 20 feet.
Like, maybe we should calm her down.
And Edward's like, no, she's fine.
Edward's like, shut the fuck up.
He's like, I want to see Jacob die.
This is great TV.
Right. He's like, we don't really get much entertainment around here, Carlisle. Can you, like, zip it for 4 seconds?
Shut the fuck up.
I know.
Okay. Throw your reasoning out the door right now.
I know. And, like, literally Emmett and Edward are, like, the only ones who are like, hell yeah, dude. Like, yeah, look at her. Look at her do things.
Oh, my God.
I love that, though. I love that scene. And then also, but it broke my heart because, like, Seth was like, stop hurting Jake. And then, like, she threw Seth at the tree. And she was like, oh my God, Seth, I'm so... I mean, she doesn't apologize to Jacob. No. She's like, Seth, I'm so sorry. Jacob,
yeah, and he's crying. And Leah's like,
like,
you pushed my brother, bitch.
She's like, I'll rip your head off right now.
She's like, I already don't like your ass.
Them trying to find all the people to help them was really poorly planned on their part.
Yeah.
And, like, just, like, the way they went about
also,
it. They
Alice could have told Bella because no one can read her mind.
Right.
She could have been like, yo, I'm going to find this guy.
She's so stupid.
Like,
but, like, the only
But left her little notes.
Like, left her, like, a little notes. And was really, like...
I'm like...
Just really super vague with everything. She's like, yep, this is happening.
I did like when all the vampires came, though. I thought that was pretty badass.
Same. I really liked that. Mm-hmm. That was, like, my favorite thing.
And then when they meet... Okay, I think I said this in the first one, in the first review that we did. The entire 4 movies, the vampires, like... The last movie,
I know, everybody's walking.
Everyone's walking so slow.
They're like, we have the time. They're like, Bella's a vampire now. We don't have to run. We can just take our time. Unless they were actually speeding. But because they were all vampires, they had to slow it down for us. No. You know, us regular humans, you know.
No, because at the end of the fight, the Volturi, they all...
that's right. They all, like, yeet away. And then Arrow's, like, walking. And then he's like, until next time. And then yeets away with them.
Can we talk about the fact that they're, like, so far apart on this fucking field, but they're talking like, oh, nice to see, like, normal voices.
Right.
They're not fucking yelling.
It's only because
I know it's because they have, like, heightened sense.
But it's just so funny.
But it looks so
imagine they start yelling, and they're like, bitch, can you lower your voice? I can hear you just fine over here. My God.
No, could you imagine if, like, they actually yelled each other?
They're like, Arrow, did you catch that? He's like, what?
He's like, well, it's nice to see you.
It's nice to see you. I'm glad you're a vampire now. She's like, what?
Ha!
Say it one more time. Say what? He's like, is that your child? Is that my what?
Renesmee's sitting there like, what the
She's
fuck?
like, y'all can't hear each other. What the hell? She's like, I can hear him just fine. Y'all. She's like, maybe it's just because, like, I'm a half-blood. That's probably what it is. I don't know. Y'all.
Oh, my God.
She said, y'all deaf as hell. That's not me. That's not my business, but whatever.
I don't know nothing.
She said, how long you been a vampire for? Like 3 months? And you can't hear? You can't hear? She said, I've been a vampire longer than you can't hear? And I'm a child? You can't hear? She's like, who this bitch? Arrow? I would not be able to be Renesmee.
He has to be weak all the time. Still.
Yo, Arrow's laugh is still my favorite thing on this planet. It always will be. He's like, yeah! Like, he just...
oh my God, my favorite.
Hold on, I can't see. Okay, we have 2 minutes left on this one. Please hold, y'all. I'm gonna stop this one more time, and then we're gonna resume.
And we're back.
You don't have to say, and we're back.
Yes, I can, and I will.
Okay, so... okay, next thing, Jane, the scene where there's, like, the history or whatever of, like, like, people turning the child into a vampire.
And that's why
and she, like, tosses the she just literally with zero cares.
Die. She's on the baby and she's
like, she, like, literally is holding it and she looks at it and she's like... She just tosses it in, and like the baby's like, ah, and she's like, yep, gonna go ahead and get rid of that one.
She said, "Yep, bye."
She said, "Wow, this has been not. You look beautiful, by the way. Wow, but
Literally, she's like, "Oh, no. Bam!"
right." She literally held that baby for like 4. Like she takes the baby away, and she's like, and then they like kill Irina and like the siblings' mom, and then like they're still holding the baby, and they're just like, "Wow, so beautiful, so gorgeous." And then Jane's just like, yep, sure is. And just like tosses it into the fire. She's like, this will add for a nice scent, the child scent. Ooh, smells like baby.
Baby.
And then Irina, obviously ratting them out for fucking hate her. I hate Irina.
She is a bitter bitch.
She's bitter. She's and then but
Unlike
but
Leah,
when she
we
got
don't like
killed,
her.
but when she got killed, I like.
Oh, again, she whispered, "I'm sorry."
I know. She's like, "I'm sorry." Like, she's because Arrow's asking her all these questions, and he's like, "Is this the child?" She's like, "Well, the child's bigger now."
She's like, "What you say?" About that.
He's like, So you was tattling, you was talking shit, and you didn't have all the facts.
So you wasted our time.
She's like, "Yep, that's
She's
true."
like, "Now we just can't fight."
And
like,
then she's
we came
like,
here to fight.
right. And then she turns, she's like, "I'm sorry." And then they snatch her up, and they're like, and they're like,
the sisters lose their shit. They're like, "No."
And then Carlisle's like, "We can't fight now, because if we fight now, then it's not gonna be good. Like we can't do it now."
That one chick takes away their sight; they can't see.
Oh yeah, okay?
I don't know her name.
I forgot her name. I think her name's Serena.
Yeah, or Efraina, something like that.
I made a note on her at some point. I feel maybe I don't remember. I thought I did.
I don't remember.
But or no, I think Serena's the one who can do the lightning. No, Efrina. It's Efrina.
I just said that.
Yeah, you did. Sorry. So then, whatever. I don't know the other one's names. Yeah, she like takes away their sight. Super great. I would love that power. But when I was younger, I thought she was Tyra Banks.
She does look.
She
like
does.
That. She does look.
And I was
that.
like, wow, they really cast Tyra Banks in this movie. I was like, they did a good job with the cast.
They're
and
like,
then,
wow, they balled out for this movie.
Right. I was like, they really went all out. Like, hell yeah. And then like, I even up to like a few years, like 2 years ago, probably, I was like, I had to look. I was like, is that actually Tyra Banks? And I looked, and I was like, oh, that's.
Like, it has to be Tyra Banks.
I was like, it looks just like her. But yeah, when Irina got killed, I was so happy. And then Alice comes back, and
Alice
we're like,
finally shows the fuck up.
we're like, hell yeah! And Arrow loses his mind because he's an he's Alice's #1 fan in real life. He was like,
her and Edward, he wants them both
right.
so
he's
bad.
Like, he's like, oh my god.
And now Bella, because she can't,
Right.
He's like, oh.
He's like, oh shit. He's like, Alice is back. Keep it together.
He's like, everybody shut the fuck up.
He's
My
like,
bitch is here.
He's like, hey Alice, how are you? Oh my god. He's like, I'm gonna cry. I'm so sorry. I'm about to cry. I'm your #1 fan, just so you know. Oh my god.
I can show you your future.
He's like, Jane, pain. Give me some pain. I need to keep it together. Oh, okay. Okay. Hi, Alice. Oh, give me your hand. Just give me the future. I just want to see it. I want to see it now. I can't wait. He's literally her #1 fan. Literally. And then she's like, it doesn't matter what I show you.
And
you're
this
still
is where
gonna...
shit just pops.
And then this is where it pops off. And then she's like, and then she turns around again, whispering, "Now." And
as
then
if no one else can hear
and then
her.
right, and then she like kicks Arrow. He flies 20 feet. They snatch up Alice. They don't kill her. But then Carl's like, she's like, no. And at that point, I should have known that that it was all an illusion.
I don't think so, because Alice is like the precious
petite little thing. But also, she's like the most talented Cullen there is. So like,
I mean, yeah, she's badass, but they had her. They did. They did. Take her
and then
out.
Carlisle's like, and he was like ducking, dodging. He jumped up in the air, and then he got his head snatched. He got his wig snatched, and then they was just Arrow's just holding his head. And I was like, why?
Smile on his face.
On his face. I remember when Carlisle fell to the ground. I was like, okay, Carlisle, get the up, like get up, boy.
Playing, bro.
And then like it pans down, and like his eyes are like up, and I was like, I'm sorry, what?
Oh my god,
And then
Esme,
she's like,
oh my god.
and they're like, and then Edward's face, he's like,
All of them. Literally, because they're all there for Carlisle.
right.
All of them.
They're like,
And
we only care about
"Ooh."
Carlisle. We're only here because of Carlisle, let's be honest.
And they like, it's on now.
They're like, Bella said, let me throw up my hair.
Said,
She said, I got time
she said,
today.
Jacob, get Renesmee out of here. I don't want her to see this.
She said, I don't want to see her mother lose her mind right now. Because this is not it.
Like, this is not something she
said,
to see.
Arrow, she said, get ready to have your wig snatched, sweetie. Get ready to have it snatched, sweetie. Because I don't play.
And then they go in.
They go in. My favorite is like once they like everybody starts fighting, Alice like does like that backflip and like rips off their arms.
Yep.
That is my I love that scene so much.
Alice is such a fucking badass.
Literal dust coming out of one of the Volturi members when he dies.
Those, what are they, Romanian?
Yeah, like the Romanian
vampires?
circus dudes.
They're like, oh yes, we get to
Which
kill the
one
Volturi.
of them, the like platinum blonde
The
one,
blonde one who
for
was
those
in-
y'all who have seen Shameless, that's who plays what's his face?
I don't
Ian?
know what he plays.
Ian? I don't know.
He's also in Max Keeble. That movie.
Yeah, wow. I didn't make the connection until like a year or two ago. I was like, he looks so familiar, and that was the time I was still watching Shameless, and I was like, he looks so familiar. And then I was watching Twilight probably like 2 months after that, and I was like, oh, it's him. But yeah, they like run up on him, and he's like, finally, and then like they like rip him in half, and literal dust comes out of this man. I was like, this man was so old. Like, Jesus
I'm ready
Christ.
to fucking die.
He's like, thank God. Literally, he finally, like, oh
my
baby,
God.
you must have hated the Volturi.
And then
He was probably so sad when the fight didn't actually happen. He was like,
they were all the blonde one though.
the blonde one.
He wanted that fight.
He
wanted
he egged
to.
that crap on. He's like, but the wolves. And
It's like,
Arrow's like,
but they're friends with the wolves now. Like,
Arrow's like literally turned, and he's like, baby, he's like, we gonna die.
Do not embarrass
He's
us
like,
right
I
now.
literally just saw the future. We're gonna die.
He's
I need
like,
you to.
shut the fuck up. You're the first to go.
He said, when we get back, I'm gonna beat your ass. He said, when we get home, I want your phone, and I'm gonna beat your ass because I'm not playing this game with you anymore. He said, you always, it's a smart ass mouth for me.
You don't get your half of the tour group anymore.
You don't get your half of the tour group anymore. You get one person. That's it. He said, it's your smart ass mouth for me. He said, it's you talking back to your leader for me.
And
okay.
In the fight, who was it? Oh my god, when Seth dies in the theater.
When they like snapped.
In the theater, everyone was like, "Oh!" It was so sad.
And like Leah's like, "Oh," and like lets
she
everybody
howls.
know.
Oh my god, Jacob.
Jacob, he's like.
Renesmee's
Renesmee's like, Jacob. She's like, baby, we're about to die. There's a vampire right here. And then he like gets his shit together at the last minute, and he like literally somehow rips his head off. And like they just keep going.
Does not even miss a beat. She doesn't fall off nothing.
Right. She's like, I'm a vampire. I know how to
like,
stay on.
Oh my god. And then, what's his name? The fucking element dude hits the fucking ground and everyone fucking dies.
Useless thing. The most useless
I'm like,
thing.
bro,
Yeah,
you
because like
couldn't have
Esme's
made
about
a
to like fall in because
tornado.
homie's like on Esme's back. And then Leah's like, oh, I don't think so. Leah was like, Esme has shown me kindness multiple times.
And then,
I got you.
oh my god, Leah dies and I was like,
I know. Esme like looks back. She's like, no. And I was like, this is too much for me.
Right.
And then
everyone's
and
dying.
then Jasper's like fighting. And then Jane's like pain. And then he's like, ugh. And then Alice is like sitting there, and they chop off Jasper's head. And then that's when Alice does her like little flip thing and rips off their arms.
Says, I have had
and she's
enough.
like, I don't think so. Bella's over here like, girl, I got you. I'm gonna protect you. And Jane's over here like trying to run. She's like, oh no.
She's like, oh fuck.
She's like, no, help me, please. I made a terrible mistake. I'm so sorry. Oh my god.
Like,
and then Alice is like, Alice jumps in front of her. She's like,
Alice is like, I've had enough of your
thought,
shit.
Didn't you? Yeah, I guess he's about to die, baby. And then she like feeds her to the wolves. And then my other favorite scene is when Blondie, who likes to talk a lot and likes to egg shit on, literally gets his head ripped in half. They're like, she's like,
Oh my
She
god,
like
great.
low key. I feel like Cardi's voice would have been perfect at that point. She's like,
Oh my god.
that would have been too good to be true. Carlo getting his head ripped off. The whole fight scene with Alice. Okay, all of us thinking Edward was gone. That was a moment. That was
When
scary.
he was about to die?
Yeah, like, no, like when he like gets pushed into the like split earth, and then homie's like sitting there, and then he like comes back and like rip. That was good. Loved that. Bella killing Arrow, always good to know.
And then they had the head, and then you finally come to...
When he like grabbed Bella and just like I don't know why. Even when I saw that in the theaters, I thought that was so funny because I was like, what if Arrow just like grabbed her and like ripped her leg off or something?
Like,
Like,
nope, bam.
what are we gonna do now?
Oh my god. And then
Oh my
after
God.
his head is off, he's about to die.
I know.
And then they come back, and then she was like, see, that's your future. The entire theater
was
like,
like,
are you kidding me?
I remember people like cheering. They're like, "Thank God it wasn't real."
Yes.
But like, there's a
Oh
YouTube
my
channel
God.
called "How It Should Have Ended," and then like it shows like Alice like showing Arrow everything. He's like, "Well, thank you for showing me exactly what to watch out for," and then everybody dies. And it's so, I hate it so much, but it's so funny.
Oh my god.
Jacob and Renesmee almost dying, but they get their crap together. Bella being able to protect everyone, that was really tight because like she like put the whole force field across everybody. And Jane's like looking at different people, and Bella's like,
she's like, so beach.
she said, "You thought I didn't have no powers." Think
Bitch,
again.
hot.
Oh, and then homie who was literally the Avatar, but in vampire form, crushing this freaking ground.
I think that's what he's called.
The Avatar?
Yeah.
He's useless. I hate him.
Like, he showed all this cool stuff that he could do, and then you just want to make a hole in the ground? Bro, you could have, like, did a blizzard on everybody, like, froze them for, like, half a second so people could get their shit together.
Right,
I don't
like,
know.
Like, frozen for half a second, and then unfroze all the important people
Like, come on.
that are on your team.
Literally, you have fire. How do vampires die? From fire. Come on, bro.
What are you doing, bud? The disrespect, but
That
whatever.
is my favorite movie, though.
It's so good. It's so good. Well, yeah. Well, that's
We reviewed
all
Twilight.
of Twilight. There we go.
This was probably so long.
It's fine. It's okay.
We were like, this will be a quick one.
It's gonna be quick, but like, there's so much. Whatever.
Anywho.
So yeah. All right. Well, now it's time for public
Public
HR
HR
meetings. That was so nice.
That was
like
good.
kind of soothing.
That was so good.
Public HR meetings. It is your turn this week.
It is
Hi.
my turn.
Hi.
Hi.
I didn't
welcome.
really want to come to this meeting.
I did too bad.
Well, let's make it quick. I have places to be. Yeah, I have tables to take care of out there.
No, I called this meeting.
I hate us.
I called this meeting, just to discuss the fact, I don't even have one. Let me think of one.
No issues this week?
Oh,
You can always give me praise for things too.
Ooh, no.
Ooh, no. Oh my god, I
I'm
hate you.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Is there anything I did good this week?
Anything you did good this week?
I got you the video mostly on time, and I made it really short too. So that's good.
I'm just kidding.
You're like,
It was. I mean, you did go on a million tangents on it.
I did.
Because at one point, oh no, we're not gonna talk about it. Well, you'll see.
You'll see.
I was gonna say tomorrow, but this will be out after. You'll see the Beyonce video, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
No, you can say it.
Oh yeah, because this will be out.
It's
after.
already gonna be. This will be out way after that
You're
video.
correct.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Excuse me, but when you went on the tangent about her giving more money than Jeff Bezos,
Yeah,
you went in.
I really did. Like, I was like literally like doing the math, and I was like, technically, she really did give more money
and I
than
was
this
sitting
man.
there,
Like,
and I was like, okay, I get it now.
I was like,
deleted a
let
lot
me
of
tell
it.
ya. That's fine.
I was like, okay.
That's okay. It's fine. I don't care.
What did you do good this week?
What didn't I do good this week? I didn't have a wig. And I blamed it on you. It was equally our fault. Let's just agree to
It was
disagree.
not equally our faults because
You know,
once again,
ooh,
I
lots
saw
of blame
you
going around
swear
here.
put it in your cart, okay?
No, lots of
because
blame going around.
tap
right?
tap tap. Anywho,
Yeah.
I don't know. You're just great. You're a great person. This has been a great episode of Nothing Fancy.
Nothing fancy in HR meetings, public HR meetings. Wow.
That what is it? This.
What?
What's the word?
Contingency?
No.
Continue.
No.
Continent.
No.
Condiment.
It ends. Thank you. Have a good day. Just kidding.
Wait.
Concedes. No, that's not the right word. I don't know what word I'm trying to say, but like ends, but not ends, and that concludes.
Concludes. We're both. I literally had zero clue what you were talking about. If you would have been like, you use it at the end of an essay, I'd have been like, oh, conclusion.
I didn't know what the word was. I just knew it started with a C. That's why I was saying all those C words.
You're like, conclude, count, kill, kill with the C.
Anywho.
Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this week's episode of
Yes.
Nothing Fancy. Oh my god,
so
I
much
just burped a
fun.
little bit.
We heard it.
And it tasted like, what is this? Gatorade.
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 Gator-
Get you some Gatorade.
Gatorade.
There's no flavor on here. It says 0 sugar.
It's
It's
free.
right here.
Yep.
Glacier freeze.
Glacier free.
I want more sugar in this. I need that.
Oh, you got 0.
Well,
That's
I
the
don't.
one Erica can drink.
I don't know why I got 0 sugar. I played myself.
Yep.
Oh well.
See you next week.
See you next week. Bye. Maybe possibly bye.